I hate this game. By that, I mean that I love this game, but have absolutely no idea how to talk about it. Word of advice, never promise a friend that you'll produce a well-written video about a video game which you've never been able to form a single coherent opinion on. This franchise is better than any other at turning my brain into mush by constantly beating me over the head with batshit insane plot choices, iconic running gags like horniness, masochism, and bowel movements, and worst of all, forcing me to interact with Kokichi Oma. So when somebody asks me, hey man, what did you think of V3? My response is, what did I think? How the hell am I supposed to know that? It's an impossible question to answer.
E is all that remains of a once powerful yokai.
If Kokichi talks to me one more
E
time,
is all that remains of a once powerful Showtime. Dave's Hot Chicken.
How am I supposed to handle this guy for another 20 hours?
Popeyes.
If he
Howlin' Ray's.
Yeah, I liked it. In an effort to decode my thoughts, I wrote summaries on every character in the game from memory. I won't bore you with a full reading, the vast majority of them are complete fucking nonsense. Himiko Yameno's, for example, is an extended monologue about an oil rig explosion. Maki Harukawa's is just a haiku about water parks. The point I'm trying to make is that if you clicked on this video expecting salient criticism or praise for your favorite Danganronpa game, then you made a mistake. I have no analysis to provide, opinions with which to validate your own, and no unique perspective to share. The closest thing to a thesis I've been able to write in regards to what I think about this game is that it's a deeply enjoyable experience that made me want to take a long walk off a short pier into a deep fryer. How does one talk about this game? Do I evaluate the plot? Do I describe the characters one by one? Do I turn my webcam on and enact a Brian David Gilbert style investigation into my own psyche, which inevitably collapses into a full mental breakdown? You want an hour-long deep dive into the gameplay of this visual novel? Well, you can't have it. The minigames are decent, though the driving one is kinda overused, fishing is peak, as always, and the line mechanic is pretty neat. There, that's what you get. Eat up. The plot is all the whimsical fun fest of a 40-hour hike through Neverland with added stops at Incest Isle, Mecha Mesa, and Sword Art Online Street. Only a complete fool would go into a Danganronpa game expecting any kind of tonal consistency, but no person should ever be shamed for feeling somewhat, or rather completely flabbergasted when immediately after Alfred Ashford Armored Adventures murders 3 people with nothing but a birdcage and a rock, the bears start fucking. The only part of the story I have any real intellectual opinion on, the only part I'm actually capable of forming an opinion on, is the ending. It's God, what's the point? I can pretend to be an academic for a few minutes and give my genuine review of the last 20th of a game that took me a month to beat, or I can continue to stress the takeaway that actually matters, which is that this shit is bananas. It doesn't like you and it actively seeks to confuse you as much as possible. I need someone else to be intelligent about the themes and motifs because I just can't do it. I grew up playing Lego Star Wars and Kingdom Hearts. I'm not from around here. It's not like I'm incapable of enjoying a story just because it confuses me. You ever read Wombs? I've read Wombs. It's fucking crazy and it confused the hell out of me and I loved it. But this game, it's too much sometimes, you know? It's honestly kind of overwhelming. I want to love it, but it doesn't want my love. So, the plot is a non-starter. What about the characters? You want me to talk about the characters? Here's where talking about the characters gets me. Ramtaro Amami. More like Hamtaro Amami. Tenko Chapashira. Quote, Kickin' It theme song. End quote. Kirumi Tojo. Cookies and clean. I feel like I could probably sort everybody into one of 3 categories. Characters that I like and are good, characters that make me want to self-administer a transorbital lobotomy via screwdriver, and characters who do absolutely fucking nothing. There exist, in the world, people who like Kokichi Oma. They're the same people who like Nagito Komaeda. They're probably the same people who wish they could replace their alarm clocks with a twinkle spit in their faces. I am neutral to actively pissed off by half the cast. The ones I like, I really like. It's just really rough when I'm having a conversation with one of my goats and my enjoyment comes to a screeching halt when I hear like, imagine you're having a really pleasant conversation with someone, you're having a nice day, you're optimistic about things to come, your general feeling is one of lightness, then a woman sits down next to you and says, there's a flute inside of my body. And you are instantly bewildered, so you ask, what? And the woman responds, geez, you're such a perv. It's in my large intestine. God, get away from me, you freako. And you look at her, and not only is she blushing, she's also panting like a dog. And just as you're about to speak again, she says, anyways, I gotta go take a windy shit. See you later, fuckwads. What the fuck was the point of that? What was the purpose? Comedy? For who? I'm not clutching my pearls or anything, it's just that my vibes were suddenly dragged out behind the bar and strangled to death. And that is a quarter of the interactions I have in this game. I love Kaito, I love Maki, Gonta's a sweetheart, Ryoma's a bro, Kibo's my goat, Shuichi and Kaede fill some of my favorite archetypes, and Kurumi is just cool. I really loved every part of the game that involved those characters, at least until the camera panned over to Beelzebub. Kaito and Maki are just the best part of the game, to be honest. The way the relationship develops and the relationship to the protagonist is so beyond heartwarming. I'm a sucker for when a character notices that another character is isolating themselves and needs connection, so they just make the decision to be their friend and refuse to let them run away. It really tickles the Kingdom Hearts part of my brain. I don't really feel like any of the other character arcs are even close to as strong as that one, but they at least have heart. Regardless of my feelings on Angie, Tenko, and Himiko, their whole dynamic is interesting at least, and it's genuinely difficult to watch it devolve. Kurumi was just a satisfying character to have around. I miss her. And Kibo's transformation from bumbling robot sidekick to Mr. Twitter to fucking full Earth Defense Force really caught me off guard, and I loved it. To conclude and to finish disputes, meeting new characters in V3 is like walking up to a brand new person, introducing yourself, and taking bets on whether they'll respond by telling you their name, asking you to join their MLM, or sticking their finger in your mouth and asking if you wouldn't terribly mind holding it for a second. I don't know what to say. I feel like a crazy person, like a madman writing on the walls. It was good. I enjoyed it. I liked it. But I just can't say why. My mind becomes fogged by an endless graphic bloody cipher. There's no rhyme or reason to it, no patterns, no hexasyllabic key I can use to unfold the mystery. Playing this game, I unknowingly entered into a lifelong struggle against the lords of chaos and entropy. They've turned my own thoughts against me. My brain hates me. God hates me. The fucking bears hate me. They lash at me. They tear. They grip the sanity that hangs off of me like threads that they can test and tug at. And the more they pull at those threads, the less sense I'm able to make of my own memories, my interpretations of those memories. A thought formed to describe dreamlike images which flail about the constricting hall of mirrors that have replaced a mind can themselves only be interpreted by the innocent and the untarnished as bull hockey. I don't feel safe.
Oh, and spoilers or something. I don't fucking know.